Hello everyone, QData here. Welcome back to my channel. Uh, we're just gonna be walking through the installation process of software called SoftEther VPN. A friend of mine wanted me to help him a little bit just to show him how to go about setting it up, and then I decided why not? It might help more people, so I might as well make a video while I go through the process. Just a brief introduction of what VPN is. This is 2023. Many people will probably already know what a VPN is, but for the benefit of those who haven't heard of a VPN, what a VPN is it's software that you run on your computer that makes it so that your computer connects to a remote computer. Why? Because you want to be able to use the resources that are available to that remote computer. So you simply submerge from one end. This is computer speaking, of course. You submerge from one end of a network and then you pop up in a remote network, and then all of a sudden you've got access to the resources that that remote computer has got available to itself. Many people, when you speak of a VPN, usually they are talking about something to help them overcome geo-blocking. Geo-blocking basically refers to content producers, streaming services producers such as Hulu and Netflix and Paramount. There's many others. They are usually in the USA, but you also get content producers from other countries as well, especially in Europe. And now all these content producers, they have an agreement between the producers. They have agreements between various countries to say that we don't want some of the content that are available in the main locations like the USA. They don't want all of the content to be available carte blanche to to all other nations around the world. So for business reasons, for contractual reasons, they make it so that you have to go through certain channels in order to access that movies. They do it to protect local markets, local TV stations, local distributors. So 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 people use these VPNs in order to overcome all of these geolocations. That is not why I made this particular video. There are videos all over the internet that show you how to go about bypassing all those geolocations. This website here in the background, for instance, it's got some of those instructions. It's not the reason why I made this video. The major reason why I made this video is to address two things. The first one being Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is not secure. There are people who um, who connect to their Wi-Fi, punch in that password that is usually required the first time you access a Wi-Fi network, and that act of punching in a password. A password is something that's supposed to be a secret or something that makes something else secure, or it's a password is associated with security. So many people, when they join Wi-Fi, they think that once they've joined that network, then everything is secure. After all, they did punch in a secret password. The fact of the matter is, it's not so. Wi-Fi is not secure. There are tools available all over the internet. There are videos available on YouTube that show you how to go about compromising various aspects of Wi-Fi, and the tools are all over. And with cybersecurity becoming more and more important, you are getting more and more people who are familiarizing themselves with these tools. So I'm afraid Wi-Fi is no longer as secure as it used to be. So what are people to do? People can use a VPN, to overcome all the all the challenges with security that Wi-Fi brings about. The other reason I wanted to talk about VPN, it's the issue of storage space. Storage is expensive, particularly cloud storage. I spoke to my brother before making this video. My brother, he is a photographer, a very good photographer, by the way. I will leave the link to his work in the description below. Okay, do visit him. His name is Thamsanqa Ntuli. Anyway, he tells me he's a photographer, and he tells me that he works with videographers, people who take videos. And he tells me that these days, the standard for taking videos is 4K. 4K is here. There are televisions out that support 4K, and everybody wants to use the latest and greatest. The problem is with 4K video comes huge storage requirement. So I didn't ask him, but I did a Google search. I wanted to know how much of space is required for 1 hour of 4K video. Now, there are many different answers. I've been getting very many different answers. On this webpage, for instance, it tells you that for 1 hour of 4K video, you need 45 gigabytes. If you look at this one, there's an ask schedule here. It says for 1 hour of 4K video, you're using between 20 to 22 gigabytes. I mean, that is scary enough. I went with that. I went with that figure. I don't know why I went with that figure. I suppose it's because, somebody took the trouble of creating an ask schedule for me. I went with that video and I said, all right, fine. Who are the popular cloud providers out there? Google came to mind. Okay, I didn't look at Microsoft and others. I just thought, let's just use Google as a guide, and I made a nice roster here. Now, with Google, they've got obviously the free tier that gives you 15 gigabyte. Now, if we go with that 22 gigabytes per hour, all right, this is how much of video you can store on that free tier on Google. 41 minutes. Now remember, this 15 gigabytes is shared between the photos that your own cell phone is going to store in the cloud, your emails that are going to be coming through. If you use Google Docs, all of that space is shared with that 15 gigabytes. So if you store nothing else on the free tier of Google of Google Drive, 41 minutes is all you get. Now, I've seen my brother work. I know that photographers, they take very many pictures so that in post production they can go in and select those images that are best for their client. I imagine with videos, it's the same. There'll be hours and hours of footage that you will have to take before making a final product. And when I look at this, I mean, the 200 gigabytes only gives you 9 hours of footage. Now, I don't know how many hours photographers typically take or typically need, but I look at these figures and I look at how much it costs to store those videos in the cloud, and then I realize it soon gets very expensive. And this is on the conservative side, okay? This is assuming that they are working with a kind of technology that only requires 22 gigabytes per hour. When I returned to that Google search to have a look at others, I came across this website, for instance. Is it a Canon site? No. This one is called 4kshooters.net. It discusses very many cameras. Some of them I haven't seen before. And then it tells you how much space is consumed for each camera that's going to shoot in 4K. And the figures vary widely. The biggest figure I have seen here is 316 gigabyte for 1 hour of footage. So very soon you realize cloud storage is not it's for people with deep pockets. So I'm proposing a different solution. I'm proposing a kind of solution that might save you a little bit of money. Let me bring up the picture here. Okay, so I made this little picture on PowerPoint. So what I'm proposing is you find one friend or two who live in different houses. Everyone has got fast internet these days. Either you've got a fiber connection in your home, or you've got I think it's called LTE 5G. Many people have got fast internet connection these days. What I'm proposing is rather ask your friends to store your images on their computers. All right, it will save you a lot of money. All right, you can save some of your content in one house, you can save some of your content in another house over here, and then that way you've got cloud storage. Yeah, it really is cloud storage. I mean, what's cloud storage? It's a computer that is sitting somewhere on the internet, right? Right. So you've got one house over there, the blue house I call it, that is storing some of your content, and you've got another one over there that's got your content. So how do you access it? Well, with this VPN software that I'm going to show you, it's called SoftEther VPN. You set up the remote computers as VPN servers, and you set up your own computer as a VPN client. A client connects to a server. Remember? Client server, okay, for the old guys. Yeah. So that's my solution. Do consider it, and if this idea sounds a little bit interesting to you, sounds feasible to you, then I recommend that you join me in the next video to see how to go about installing SoftEther VPN. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.